What's up, people of YouTube? This is Driftor bringing you guys another video to the channel, and today we're going to be doing another tier maker list. Now, I've done this exact same video in the past, or one very similar to it. It's been 2 or 3 years now since I've done that list, and I think my opinions on some of the games have changed, and I kind of wanted to redo this. Now, tier maker has kind of been getting some popularity lately. It's kind of resurfaced in the community, in the gaming community. So I just kind of wanted to go over this and give you guys my Call of Duty tier ranking and hope that it correlates with some of your guys's. I would like to know yours down in the comment section. If you do enjoy this video, please go ahead, hit that like button, show some support. I'd appreciate it, as well as subscribe if you are new to the channel. Don't be afraid to look at the description of this channel, because I have a lot of other social media that I'm available on, that I'm active on: Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, a couple other YouTube channels. Hit all those up, and let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so starting off here, we have Cold War. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Now, it's no secret if you've watched my channel for a while, I'm a fan of Treyarch Call of Duty games, and that doesn't really change with this title. I think that Cold War has a lot of positives. I think that the maps are a lot better than what we saw last year. I think that the positives that they took from Modern Warfare help the game a lot as well. And I do want to specify this entire video is based purely on the multiplayer of the game. I'm not basing this on anything other than the multiplayer, not campaign. If you want to see me do another breakdown of that content, I will definitely do it, but just let me know in the comment section. But I'm going to put Cold War in the okay section, because I think that it's got some really good qualities. I like the camos this year. I like the grind. I think the maps are okay. I like the time period. I think all that stuff's cool. There's just something about the game that feels kind of off that I struggle with, and so I can't put it in the really good category. I think that if it had some fine tuning, the skill-based matchmaking obviously really hurts it. If it had some fine tuning here and there, I think it could be in the really good category. But just for now, we're gonna put it in okay. Who knows what happens throughout the rest of the year? Something could happen that makes it way better, but at this current time, I think it belongs in the okay category. Next up here, we have Call of Duty Black Ops 4. And I'll say right out the gate, as far as the Black Ops series go, I think that this is the weakest Black Ops game. I am also going to put this in the okay category, but I will note that I feel that I like this Call of Duty less than Cold War. The supply drop system was still running rampant at this time. The multiplayer was just too filled with specialists and special abilities and all that, and I think the gaming community as a whole by that point was very burnt out on that play style of video games, the whole hero shooters. I think the Black Ops 4 is the worst Black Ops game, but trust and believe, we'll get there. I think it is still better than a lot of the other games in this list. So Call of Duty Black Ops 4, yeah, it's gonna go in the okay category. Next up, we have Advanced Warfare. This game is really hard for me. The first half of the game's life cycle, I hated it, despised it, said it was the worst game that's ever been made, etc. Was so bad at it. The last half of the life cycle, I really enjoyed it. I had quite a bit of fun playing it, and I think that it was a decent game by the end of everything. It still just wasn't what I wanted out of a Call of Duty, but I ended up adapting to it and enjoying it quite a bit. Now, where I'm going to put this, because I don't want it to be too controversial, I'm going to put it in the okay category, and I know we've got 3 okay Call of Duties in a row here, which is not a good look, but hear me out. I'm going to put it in the okay category because I can't ignore that first half of the life cycle where I just felt like it was so rough. It was a rough game. It did still have the supply drop issue That was the first year we really saw that in full effect, even though it did get worse. I just think that Advanced Warfare did bring some things to the table. I think it changed the way that Activision looked at modern gaming, and because of that, I think it's a lot of why we're in the direction we're in the positive aspects, the way that they update things, the gun customization, the camos. I think that Advanced Warfare had a lot to do with that, and I did enjoy it in the later part of it. It just, I don't really know how to explain the way that it felt, but I feel like I need to put it in the okay category because it was rough, to say the least, and jetpack CODs are just not very good. Okay, so Modern Warfare, the newest Modern Warfare, 2019. This game is going in the horrible category for me. I'm putting this in the horrible category for one significant reason here. I'm basing this off base multiplayer, by the way. I'm not counting Warzone. I actually need to go and edit this and add in Warzone because that's a whole nother thing. But Modern Warfare on a base level was such a horrible game. The maps were so bad. The lack of a proper mini-map. It was hard to see people. Time to kill was ridiculous. There's so many other things. Spawns, horrible. There's so many things that I could go on about. It did have some good aspects, but the good aspects were just that. They were just additions. You know, the gunsmith and all that I think was a huge positive. The engine feels better. The direction that they're moving Call of Duty in I think is a positive thing, but the core elements that make a Call of Duty multiplayer good, this game lacked every single one of them. It's common for a bad Call of Duty game, quote unquote, to lack one or two of those elements, whether it's bad maps but you have, you know, good spawns, or maybe it's bad spawns and decent maps, or you know, good gunfighting and gun-to-gun action, or pacing but, you know, bad maps or bad spawns. But you very rarely, or I don't think ever, has there been a Call of Duty that has had worse everything than Modern Warfare. That's where it's staying. There's no debating that. All right, I went ahead and went in there, added in the Warzone. I consider Warzone separate. It's got, you know, the same engine and the core like feeling of Modern Warfare, but separate. But we're looking at Black Ops 2 at this point. Again, if y'all have been on my channel for a long time, you're gonna know my feelings about Black Ops 2. And me personally, I think that Black Ops 2 is the best Call of Duty that's ever been created. I just think that, is there a little bit of bias there? Yes, but this is my opinion. Black Ops 2 had the best weapon balance, best map design, best spawns, which could be argued, but I think that they had the best spawns. The DLC system was really good, aside from the fact that they were obviously doing the generic, you know, every few months a new DLC pack came out, which split the multiplayer up, but that isn't Black Ops 2's fault. That's more so Activision and just the way they did things then. But the DLC maps were good, the DLC guns, they introduced the way that they did camos, really good. Diamond camo. There's not a whole lot more that I can say about the multiplayer. The kill streaks were good, score streaks, however you want to view it, really good. Just the first time that diamond camo was introduced into a Call of Duty game, and just the way that it played. This is the first Call of Duty that had a competitive scene that I felt like was top notch. They introduced hardpoint. The S&D in this game was so good. There's just, you know, league play. There's really not a lot of negatives to Black Ops 2. I can't argue the fact that this is my favorite Call of Duty, and I think it is above and beyond the best Call of Duty that has ever been created. I don't know why this got moved, but I fixed that. Next here we have Call of Duty 4, or COD 4 Remastered. Now, this game, I'm going to consider COD 4 and Remastered as one and the same. I think that there were some improvements upon the remastered version that made me like COD 4 more. It was very simplistic. The way that they did the introduction of new guns, I really liked. They were very easy to obtain. It wasn't a difficult process. I think that I have to put it in the really good category. I want to say that it does teeter on the edge of being in okay, but the multiplayer was fun, and while I don't think the maps are the best we've ever had, like, I think a lot of people view this game with rose-tinted glasses, I think that it was enjoyable, and it was simple. It was so simple that it was hard to not enjoy. There wasn't a whole lot you could really mess up with it. You kind of understood the way that spawns worked. One team spawned here, one team spawned there, and unless there was some extreme push from your team or the other, then it wasn't really going to change. And it was just simple and good for the time. And I think that it's enough to push it into the really good category. Minus Modern Warfare Remastered, I don't think I'd be putting it there. I think I'd probably be putting it in the okay category. Now we have Modern Warfare 3. Some people would call this a Modern Warfare like 1.5 or Modern Warfare 2 1.5. I personally think that this game was a fixed version of Modern Warfare 2 with some additional elements. Now, map design wasn't as good. I know this game had its issues with spawns, and I feel like this game had balancing problems in the opposite direction. There wasn't a lot of guns that really stood out as being like, these are amazing guns. I mean, you know, the ACR was good, the UMP was good in this game. The MP7 was really good. There were guns that stood out, I suppose, but it just never felt like anything wowed the community quite like the guns that came from Modern Warfare 2. So I'm gonna put this in the really good category only because I know for a fact that I like this game more than all of these three. But again, this is a game that kind of teeters on the edge of being just okay. And I will say that I probably enjoy, we're gonna do that as well, I enjoy Modern Warfare 3 more than COD 4 Remastered or regular COD 4. Let's actually let's organize these as well. I actually say these are probably in order. I do like Cold War more than Black Ops 4, and I like Black Ops 4 more than Advanced Warfare. So far, so good on that. But let's take a look at World at War. This game, I don't have a lot of experience with. I know that the game was very bland. I know that they were experimental with, you know, vehicles. The maps were too large for their own good. It was dumbed down from COD 4, and there was lots of balancing issues with like the MP40. It was the first introduction of dogs, though. Just basing this off of multiplayer alone, no campaign, no zombies. I'm gonna put this in the bad category only because it was just a watered down version of COD 4, and COD 4, it was a watered down version of COD 4 that had a lot of elements that just weren't that good, like the vehicles, maps that were way too big for its own good. I think I have to put World at War in the bad category. Again, keep in mind, I don't have a lot of experience with COD World at War. The next iteration of a World War II Call of Duty game, we have Call of Duty World War II. Call of Duty World War II was very enjoyable. The headquarters aspect of World War II multiplayer is something that I think that needs to be worked on more, but has so much potential. I did like the maps were aesthetically pleasing. The game was really pretty. Sledgehammer has this knack for always kind of like changing things up, and I really appreciate them for that. I think I'm gonna put this in the okay category because at the end of the day, the base gameplay wasn't that good, and they kind of deviated too far away from the perk system, and the post-game support was really good, and they ended up changing a lot of stuff, which was nice. But I don't think it's a really good game. I want to say I like it more than Advanced Warfare. I'd say I like it more than Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 4. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put this in the okay category, but towards the higher end. Call of Duty World War II is controversial, but I don't think that it's one of the worst games that's ever been made, unlike what some people would say. Now here we have Call of Duty Black Ops, the original Black Ops. This game has so many memories in my head. I loved the maps from this game. I really enjoyed them. Very bland colors, but I really enjoyed them. I also really enjoyed the weapons of the time period. I liked the way that gold camo looked in this game was super, super clean. The whole aesthetic of the game was just super pleasing, and I think a lot of people would agree with that. Do I view this as being better or worse? You know what? I'm gonna put this in the really good category, but I'm gonna move it all the way to the top because it could almost be considered amazing in my book. Almost. Very enjoyable, a lot of fun, but not on the same level as Black Ops 2. I gotta be honest. Next up here, we have Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I'm not even gonna try to discuss where this game goes. We know that it goes into the horrible category. As far as how it played, like the actual gunfights and stuff, that wasn't so much the issue because that was almost a copy and paste from Black Ops 3, and we'll get to Black Ops 3 in a moment. But the maps, awful. The time period, way too futuristic. The guns themselves were not something that I don't think anybody wanted to be even like that. They went way too over the top with the specialists. Again, it was just too many specialists. It didn't work well. Time to kill was too fast. The game just didn't work. It wasn't a good experience at all. So Infinite Warfare is going to go in the horrible category, but I don't think that it's worse than Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare is definitely still ranked below that. Now we have Warzone. Again, I consider Warzone to be its own thing. I don't think that it is I don't necessarily look at it as Modern Warfare game mode. I consider it to be its own game in a lot of ways. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this in the really good category because it has a lot of potential. It is enjoyable. It's fun. It's just so different than standard Call of Duty multiplayer that it's hard to really compare them. But I do enjoy playing it a lot. I think it has a lot of potential going forward. I think if the map change and a lot of stuff like that, then Warzone could. I don't think it's ever going to fall in the amazing category for me, but it's definitely good enough to be in the really good category, and I think I like it where it's at too. I don't think it's worth putting any farther up this list. Now, one more thing I will say about Warzone, they have a hacking problem. Will it ever change? I don't know. Will it ever be fixed? I don't know. But there's a problem with hackers. There's a problem with exploits, and that really hurts Warzone. But I'm trying not to look at it from things that are not the gameplay elements, and people hacking the game is not part of the gameplay elements, so keep that in mind. I'm kind of excluding that from the general picture. Next up here, we have Black Ops 3. Now, Black Ops 3 is a Call of Duty game that had its worst run of supply drop issues, and I will sit here and I will tell you that I think that is the biggest downfall of Black Ops 3. I think that they did specialists really well. I think the maps were pretty good, not amazing by any means, but they were pretty good, memorable, fun to play on. Definitely the best jetpack game. I also feel that the spawns were good in this game. I loved the camo grind. This is the first time we saw Dark Matter. Just very enjoyable. DLC was pretty fun. It was memorable to an extent. I think I'm gonna have to put this in the amazing category. I do. I know I'm gonna get judged for that. I know that I am. But Black Ops 3, yes, it was a jetpack game. Yes, it had a supply drop issue, but that was virtually the only major problems with Black Ops 3, and I can't not have that in that category. We are down to the final two, ladies and gentlemen. We have Call of Duty Ghosts. Now, Call of Duty Ghosts I would have regarded as being the worst Call of Duty for a very long time, and I still don't think it's good. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys some reasoning here. Map design, horrible. S&D was fun. Right, S&D was fun, but lots of bugs. Like, there was issues to this day, I'm pretty sure, where you can't plant the bomb in certain scenarios on S&D. A core competitive game mode coming straight off the heels of an almost perfect competitive game like Black Ops 2. But yeah, the maps were bad. Spawns were second worst next to Modern Warfare, in my opinion. Time to kill was way too fast. Dark maps, hard to see people. The way that they did the perk system, I thought was horrible. The guns were cool, I guess. The camos were all right. But fun factor, just because of all of that, it's not good. It's not good, and it's going to go in the bad category. I'm going to put it there. I'm actually going to put it behind World at War because I know that I would have enjoyed World at War more than Call of Duty Ghosts. It was just not a good game. The prestige system was whack. The squad system was weird. It's just not a fan of it at all. Now we have good old Modern Warfare 2. This one is gonna be controversial. Where do I put good old Modern Warfare 2? A lot of people would say that it belongs in the amazing category. It's, the number one competitor next to Black Ops 2. I'll be honest, I don't agree with that. I don't think that's the right ranking. Modern Warfare 2 had a lot of good elements. Arguably the most memorable multiplayer, or the peak of Call of Duty. I think this is the first year that Call of Duty really broke onto the scene on like YouTube. So, you have High Rise and Terminal, Rust, the intervention, sniping montages, the original ACR, the UMP-45, like all these guns, all these super memorable moments that are memorable. But at the same time, one-man army noob tubes, javelin glitches, care package bugs, all sorts of problems with development and support that never came to this game that probably would have made it an amazing Call of Duty. I'm going to put it in the really good category, but I'm going to put it between Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 2 is my number 4 ranking Call of Duty, and I know people are going to disagree with me, and that's okay. It's my opinion. Y'all have your opinion. Tell me what it is down below, but this is my ranking of the Call of Duty titles. Overall, I think this is pretty accurate, actually. I've done some thinking. This is, purely based off of multiplayer. I would love to do one for campaigns. I'd love to do one for, third game modes, zombies, whatever. But if you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe for more content, and deuces.